I mean, I always say that great things take time.
Mm.
You know, if I was getting traded and I was getting Andy the championship ring, you know, I wouldn't want it. You know, it
Right.
wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah.
You know, and when you do something unconventional, something unusual, like the average person always gonna criticize it because they don't believe in it. It's something that they've never seen before. People didn't think that me playing alongside Cat could work.
Could work,
you know,
yeah.
And it's their opinion. It's something that I don't think we've seen before.
Yeah.
You know, we're both very unique players, very different players.
Yeah. Not in today's era, at least. Yeah. It's such a guard-oriented league. Everyone's small ball, and then here we are with you and Cat, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is ridiculous." But now we're seeing how it's working.
And when the trade happens, you know, for me, I'm a big optimistic person.
Yep.
You know, I mean, my journey is a miracle.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, I was excited about the opportunity. Really excited to bring what I know I can bring to an organization, to a team. And I knew I could help this team, you know, potentially achieve their goal of winning championship, and which is my goal also, you know. So I knew there was going to be adversity. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. Even when you know there's going to be adversity, you know, when it comes, it tests you. You know, you got to be ready. You got to stay resilient. You got to keep putting the work every day. And that's what I try to do, you know. And now this season, to be able to finally see that work, you know, pay off a little bit, even if it's still early. It feels good. It feels good, and you know, people like to follow the trends. You know, if you start winning,
next thing you know, everyone's going to have two bigs in the lineup.
There's not much they can say, and it's something in this league too. When the Warriors went small and start winning, a lot of other teams started to go small, but it didn't work because every team got to play to their strength. You know,
Exactly.
Some teams can try to do what me and Cat are doing, but they don't have me and Cat.
Right. Yeah.
At the end of the day, you got to embrace your differences and embrace your strength and make the other people adjust.
Yeah, everybody wanted to shoot threes, but they don't have Clay and Steph out there.
Right, exactly.
Threes, so
you know, it's fun. It's fun.
And
embrace
Cat
it.
and Nas are the best big man rotation. I could remember in recent memory. Can you name another team that has
not
like that?
I haven't seen a team with two elite bigs and then off the bench have another one.
Yeah. There's just so many different looks they can throw at a team.
You guys have three top tier big men in the league.
Right.
I don't even like calling Nas a big because he's literally like a big guard. The in and out dribble's crazy that he has. But no, this has been really dope to see. And I would imagine, like, we talk about experience, you know, and you've been on a team that was top in the West before and it didn't like go all the way. You know,
2021 Jazz.
2021 Jazz, right? Is there a bit of that experience that you can use in this team where, like, you see, like, because you got Ant, you got some of these young guys who are having the success, top team in the West, you know, a lot of hooplas now. Is Minnesota the next team? Like, are you able to, like, kind of calm everybody down? Like, yo, this is just the beginning. I've been here before. I've been with a team that's been the top in the West. I've been there and we've gone to the playoffs. And once we didn't win anything, no one remembers that. You know what I mean? Like, that experience that you have from your success and failure, like, can't you use that? I'm sure you could use that a lot with this team,
100%.
Right?
100%. You know, the goal is to win a championship, and you know, and it's human nature when you're winning. When you look at the ranking, you're first in the West. Oh, we're good. You know, we're good. Everything's clicking, but the reality is that, like, I don't think we close to be the best team that we can be, and every game, you know, win or loss, you know, you learn. You see some new things. You see what teams could potentially throw at us in the playoff situation, and you have to, and it's credit to the coaching staff, you know, Finchy and everybody to, really, you know, try different things, experience different things. You know, you gotta be able to experiment a little bit. You know, it might cost you one game, but you experiment, you see, you know, put guys in different situations, and it's you still want to win, but it's a learning process, and. You know, and in Utah, like you said, like, I'm the Rudy that's 2023, 2024 Rudy is not 2021 Rudy. Like, I've been through these tough playoff losses and experiences, and I try to do anything I can, to everything in my power to, you know, carry that over to my teammates, to the coaching staff. You know, people are excited, and I know people love basketball, love sports in this town, and And I think they deserve, a championship. And that's, me being traded to a team that has never won, was part of the excitement too, like being able to completely change the culture and bring them that ring. I think, I think they deserve it.
Well, I got to tell you, man, if you guys win a ring, I would be very happy. And then there'd also be a big part of me that'd be extremely, extremely salty. I would be really jealous, man.
It would definitely be a thing because when you left Denver,
I left Denver, they won. And if I live Minnesota and you guys win, it's going to be a trend that I don't know if it's a good trend for me. You understand what I'm saying? At that point, I don't know what's going on here.
Whether you won or not, you're part of the.
I was part of the bridge. I was part of the founding foundation of the success that was built. Exactly.
You might not go to the parade, but maybe the after party.
Yeah, I might not be at the parade. I'll be at the after party.
And when I think people, when you win a championship, people only look at the year that you won. But they kind of forget the years of struggle or the things that you go through before.
Right.
And,
so D-Lo, we're all part of it.
Everyone's part of it.
There it is.
And I always say, even Utah, like for me, like Utah is part of it. The 9 years that I spent in Utah made me who I am today, part of who I am today. And, and that's why I'm also, they traded me, but I'm in a way also grateful that, they believed in me and gave me the opportunity.
Yeah, new chapter in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine.
We mentioned that Utah team and how good they were, number one seed in the West. Is it safe to say is this the most talented team you've ever been on?
Yeah.
This Timberwolves team?
Yeah.
We talk about how great their lineup is and how all the pieces just fit so perfectly together, especially with Jaden.
Yeah, we talked about this on another podcast when we talk about young stars, right? And you talk about Anthony Edwards. And you look at like Luka Doncic, you look at Jason Tatum. We talk about teams surrounding a young star with talent. Tim has probably been top in the NBA, not just the West. We take Boston out of it, with the exception of them. You look at anybody, Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, all these young stars, Ja Morant. Shea's got a pretty good thing going in OKC, but other than that, it seems like the talent that has surrounded him, with savvy vets mixed with all-stars like you and Kat, and then good role players, Jaden McDaniels, Nas. It seems like you guys all do complement each other, which was a lot of questions last year, but now you're seeing the fluidity in your team and how well you guys are playing.
Yeah, they don't get enough credit. That's a good point. They don't get enough credit for surrounding. And you draft a guy again with the number one pick, and we always talk about LeBron's first 7 years in Cleveland and how they didn't really do a good job of surrounding him, even though they went to the finals. Minnesota's done such a good job, surrounding him with so many talented players.
And I was only there 1 year, but I would love to see, hear from you just in the locker room, like what, in terms of Ant, in terms of his growth, what have you seen from last year to this year? Because we all know he's an outgoing, charismatic guy. He's funny and all these things, but he has that switch, that competitive side to him. We've seen it in games this year when they've gone against Boston. I love that when he tried to rip the ball from Jason Tatum. It was personal, you know what I mean? Like he's coming for these guys, and he's ascending as one of the premier guards in the league. What's been the biggest difference for him?
He's grown a lot. The maturity. Understanding that mostly he wants to win. He's one of the most competitive guys I've ever been around. But understanding for me is mostly off the court. Understanding what you do off the court, your recovery, what you eat,
what he eats. No, I don't have like a.
I mean, we joke about it, but and he had no idea that it could be true. And me, and being annoying every day. Like when I see him eat something, like if you want to be who you want to be as a player, like maybe you got to start changing that a little bit. That doesn't mean that you're not gonna eat like I eat right now, but just understanding that everything you do can impact your performance. And I know how much you want to win. I know how much you want to be the best. You want to be a superstar in this league. So that's part of it.
Yeah.
And he's grown so much. And credit to team, credit to the Timberwolves for, I think, the environment that is put around him is so important when you're 21, 22 years old. You're going to absorb what guys around you do.
Exactly.
And it's, and every day that I'm stepping the gym, like I try to lead by example, try to show him, as a vet, you understand that what you do it's not about yourself anymore. It's about,
people watching you.
The young guys looking at you and like, oh, Rudy does this, Austin does this, like, I'm gonna do it. And I realized how much guys started to do the same, same thing. And for Ant, that's the key. I think, obviously he's He's a very gifted player. He's a very unique player. But I think I want him to be like superstar level, not just a star. I want him to be like, top 3 player in the league that I know he can become.
See, but that's why it's important you're here, because there's a lot of guys in your position. There's a lot of stars who will go play with a young star, and even though they think they want the best for him and they say these things out loud, deep down they have their own agenda.
Yeah.
For a guy to openly come out and say publicly multiple times, and I've heard you say that multiple times, you're like, yo, I have no problem with him being the star. I have no problem with him being the superstar. I want him to be that guy. That is vital for a young star like Ant to be around guys like that. Instead of guys trying to take away, they're guys trying to add to him and push him to be better. No matter how knowing you are or how,
for sure,
whatever it is, you're somebody in his life and a guy on his team who has, a huge role on the team, but you're a guy there really pushing him to be that. I think I've seen that even with Karl, you know what I mean? Like, because last year there's a little, Karl's always been the guy on the team. He's always been the best player. And then you and Ant come, and that's like a whole new thing for him. He's like, I've never played with guys like this. He played with Wiggins and Levine, but those guys are nowhere near someone like you or Ant. And that was, I think, even an adjustment for someone like Karl. And then it seems like even this year, Karl's been like, I've seen a couple like sound bites of him talking about Ant, where like he's now referring to him as like the guy. And that doesn't mean Karl can't be the guy one night. I've seen Karl take the game-winning shot this year, the little glass off the, floater off the glass. He's had his moments. You've had your moments. Mike hits big shots. Jaden's going to hit big shots. But like you pushing this young guy who only wants to be accepted by you guys, who are all older than him, pushing him to be that is huge. And is that something you feel like, I think maybe even Karl's learned that from you, just like really be like, yo, let him do that. We're still going to be who we are, but we can't be what we want to be without him.
At the end of the day, and it's not even really about me. I want to win.
Right.
I want to win, but I want Ant. Like, Ant's going to be in this league for, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 more years, you know. I won't be there for 15 more years.
Yeah.
As much as I want.
Oh, yeah, that's not
but I want him to be the best he can be. And, like, it would make me happy to watch him not just perform, but also being happy, being like, have no regrets at the end of his career. I'm like, okay, I got paid. I averaged 30 points a game for my career, but I didn't win a championship. You know, and I know how bad you want to win. Some guys don't really want to win.
Yeah, they don't care. Yeah,
they don't care. But Ant cares. He wants to win, and and I feel like I'm here for a reason. And part of that reason is that making him better. Watch him, grow, and he's grown a lot, and I know he's still growing, and I really want to be able to bring a championship, and being part of that, and him being obviously a key in that success.
That's dope.
I always say my goal is to be the best defensive player ever, in this league, and I don't like to compare different eras.
Yeah,
but I want to be the best defensive player of my generation, the most impactful and most consistent, guy in the world in what I do, and I know it doesn't happen overnight, and it's a long road, a lot of ups and downs, but I think the consistency, the resiliency, the perseverance, it's the values that I think define me, and that's. We'll see when I retire where we at with that conversation, but that's definitely
that's dope, man.
My goal.
It's one thing to say it. It's another, like I said, to have actual weight in those words. Anybody can say they want to be the greatest at something. For you to say it means something just because this is an award that you've won, like you said, not once, not twice, but 3 times, man. And you are right now, it's a unanimous favorite to be the 4th winner of this award, the 4th time of you winning this 4 times.
Winning that award means that you're the best in the world at what you do. It means that you're doing something that no one else is doing, and doing it over and over and over. It's tough. It's tough, people. It doesn't happen.
No. Yeah. Best defensive player ever. That's a hell of a thing to say, Rudy. You know what I mean? So, listen, we'll be cheering you on, and congrats on all your success and continued success, man.